Hello guys, welcome back. Now today, I'm going to talk about William Nylander and if we should be worried about him. Now, since William Nylander signed that big deal on December 1st, there's been a lot of criticism going his way. So, is the criticism justified and should we be worried about William Nylander? Now, William Nylander has been the talk of the hockey world this season, and especially leading up to that December 1st deadline, there was a ton of drama and a ton of madness heading up to that William Nylander deadline. And we all know what happened on that December 1st day. William Nylander signing a very nice deal at a $6.9 million 6-year deal. And of course, with that deal and since then, we've seen a lot of criticism for William Nylander since his return. Now, at first, that contract was heavily criticized by a lot of people, not just on hockey Twitter, but on Sportsnet and TSN, and I never really understood why, because at the time, that contract was an absolute steal, and I still think it's an absolute steal. Honestly, in my opinion, Nylander might be worth $7.5 and even maybe $8 million at this point, because that's how skilled and talented the guy is. And in the 3 weeks that William Nylander signed that contract since December 1st, William Nylander has gotten a lot of criticism for his on-ice and his on-ice play, which, for me, I can understand not liking the contract. When we look at his stats and we look at his play, sure, it might not look great, but there's some reasons why. Now, so far this season, Nylander has only played in the month of December, obviously. He's played 7 games so far and has had 2 assists for 2 points in that stretch, which, for a player that you're paying 6.9 per year on, you want to see better stats from a guy like that. But again, I'm going to tell you guys, there's a reason why he's not playing up to the echelon that some people expect from him. Whether you liked his performance or not, whether you think he's been impressive or not, he hasn't even been with the team for a full month yet. When he signed that contract, he was still in Sweden skating with other teams in different leagues. He was not around his team. He was not able to get chemistry with any of the players. Sure, he was texting with them, obviously, and they're still good friends, but he was not able to practice with the team ever for the longest time. And when he signed that contract, he was immediately thrust into the Maple Leafs lineup, almost getting no practice time in the last couple of days before his debut. So he didn't really have time to gel. He got no training camps. He wasn't able to get the time that other players would have gotten. And sure, he was still skating, he was still playing the game of hockey in other places, but he wasn't with his own team anyways, and he wasn't given the proper time to really settle in yet. And while I still like the decision of the Maple Leafs putting him as soon as possible into the lineup, he wasn't really prepared to take on those full minutes, and with the Toronto Maple Leafs and William Nylander, I think he's honestly played as good as he can right now, especially with the circumstances that he's been put in. But expecting William Nylander to have this miraculous production right out of the gate is something that is just unrealistic for almost any player in the NHL. And even though we're talking about William Nylander right now, players and most players in the NHL need time to be given to them to really get chemistry and to build that chemistry with the team. Even though they are players before and with other seasons, they still need to do that. And with William Nylander, he is no exception. He's still played well up to this point, and really the production isn't everything either. But if you were to watch some of the Toronto Maple Leafs games since December 1st, at least the games that William Nylander has played in, you realize that William Nylander is playing pretty solid hockey. He's getting a lot of bounces, he's getting a lot of plays, and he's making a lot of offense happen, which for the Toronto Maple Leafs is all they really care about with William Nylander. Right now, while he's not putting up superstar numbers in his first few games, he's still playing well enough, and ultimately, those points will come sooner or later once he really starts to get going. And even though he might not be putting up the superstar numbers quite yet, he will ultimately start to get going and start to get those points in time. But right now, he is still getting gelled with the team, and he's still trying to build that chemistry every single day. I mean, let's just think about it. Do you really expect William Nylander to be a point per game after not even being with the team for almost 7 months since their defeat by the Boston Bruins in the first round last year? I mean, William Nylander still, yes, he knows those guys, but he wasn't in training camp. He wasn't able to do that because he was an RFA, and he didn't get that time to really be with the team yet. Now he's starting to get gelling, and now he's starting to play a little better, and that's to be expected. But to say that he was supposed to have this amazing start is just foolish and really stupid. But the whole idea of William Nylander coming in and playing amazing to start out the year in December is just a stupid idea because it's never going to happen. Maybe a guy like Connor McDavid could do that, but when you're not with the team at all for a really long period of time like Nylander was, and you didn't even get any practice time, you barely got any time to be with the team, it's really unfair expectations for William Nylander to come in here and play like the William Nylander that he's paid to be like. While I still think that the best is yet to come from Nylander this year, right now we have to be patient with him, obviously. And it's not like he's played terrible up to this point. Yes, you want to see better than 2 points in 7 games, but right now he's sitting at a pretty solid 55% Corey's forward percentage, which is very, very good. And with William Nylander, right now he's just not getting the luck on his side. There was one goal, I think, a game versus Florida, where he got an assist, but it was called back. And stuff like that has been happening to William Nylander. While he has been playing well, the luck just hasn't been on his side. At least, not yet. Right now, William Nylander is too good to keep going on a slump like this, and while, again, he still has time to develop, and he still is trying to get used to this lineup, I feel like after Christmas break, and once we head into January, that is a time where William Nylander will start to set in finally, and start to really show his skills. I feel like in that period of January and February is where William Nylander is just going to go on an absolute tear, and we'll really see what William Nylander is actually made of. And while it might not be a new season for most of the NHL, this last month has been William Nylander's new season. And for any player, it takes time to get settled in, and we're obviously seeing that with William Nylander. Again, he was just thrust into position into the lineup and without much practice time, really, so he didn't get too much time to really gel with the team. But this next month, of course, with Christmas break, I feel like after that, we're going to see Nylander really explode because he'll be given that patience that he really needs this season. But the Toronto Maple Leafs are definitely one of those teams that can afford to take some patience and afford to give some time to William Nylander right now. I mean, they were fantastic without William Nylander, and they were one of the most elite teams in the league without William Nylander. But giving William Nylander the time and the patience and giving him the benefit of the doubt until he starts performing, I think will ultimately be the best for his development and for his future with Toronto Maple Leafs. I mean, the guy is 22 years old still, and while he has a great flow, he still is a pretty young kid. He is definitely not a veteran on this team, and he still has great room to grow. But this season, of course, missing 2 months, it is going to take some time for him to get used to that NHL ice again, and to get used to playing with the Toronto Maple Leafs. And to all the people saying, oh, we should trade William Nylander, oh, we should trade that contract, the contract was a mistake. Calm down for now, because William Nylander is just coming back on this team, and let's be honest, in the next couple of months, he'll likely go on a sweet tear, and we'll forget this conversation ever happened. Now, going back to the question of the video, should we be worried about William Nylander? And to me, the answer is quite obvious. It's a big no. To me, we need to give William Nylander some time to get used to his surroundings, some time to get used to the team that he played for. And right now, while he might not be playing to some people's expectations, he's still playing decent hockey. But we gotta give him the time and the patience to get to that extra level that we know he has in him. And to all the people saying that they should trade William Nylander, that they should get rid of that contract, again, you gotta have patience, and you gotta have patience in William Nylander, because all good things come to those who wait. But of course, with this video, I want to hear your guys' thoughts down in the comments down below. Again, let me know what you think about William Nylander so far this season. Are you on the side of he should be playing better, or do you want to give him some more patience? And overall, what do you think about this whole situation? But if you guys want some more grab videos, you can watch this video where I talk about the Tampa Bay Lightning, and if this is the year that they win the Stanley Cup. But that is going for today, guys. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you smash like, make sure you smash subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you haven't already. Again, comment down below your thoughts on William Nylander and him so far this season. And I'll see you guys next video or stream. Goodbye.